and gentlemen, welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
Good morning, I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And here we are, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, and I mean it is wide open here. It's
There's
wide
a lot of
open
folks on this show today.
in Tullahoma, Manchester. It's Music Tree just finishing up tonight on Tuesday night.
And that's been a big hit out here.
Big success
Yeah.
over in Manchester, and then Bonnaroo's moving in.
Lynchburg's got something going on.
Lynchburg's got something
Winchester,
going on.
Everybody has something going on.
It's happening everywhere. South Jackson Civic Center started their packed camp this week with 120 children.
They're so
2
cute.
years ago, they had 30.
Unbelievable.
Well, this is the third year, and
Third
that's
year.
kind of the way it goes.
I mean, it's
3
packed
years,
down
you can
there,
pack
and
it
those
out.
little kids are running all over
I
everywhere.
know. They're so cute. They're color
learning how to
coordinated. Have you
act
noticed?
and-
They're in different colored shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Age group.
Oh, really?
Really cute, yeah. They have a good time.
So that's Erica Wonder and her group
That's
down
Erica
there.
and her group and our future.
You know, I admire people that do that kind of thing. You know, the instructors who kind of take care of all those little kids. You know, I mean, you know, that's they've got
do a
that.
good job.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's a lot of times it's not a problem dealing with the kids as much as it is dealing with their parents.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm not even going to address that.
You're not even going to address. Oh, that's
No.
right. You had
I work with too many.
You had tryouts for South Jackson Hills
Yeah, and
Country.
Have you ever
I need
noticed
the
this?
parents,
Sometimes
yeah.
John tries to take us over into something controversial.
so we're
You know,
just not- we're not going there, are we?
No, we're not going there.
Controversial.
We're not going there.
Everybody loves
You know,
everybody loves their little darlings.
Speaking of little kids, there's a neighbor of mine over close to my office. She has a beauty salon, and she has 6 children.
Whoa.
Of her own?
Of her, yes, and they're all. None of them out of middle of elementary school
Oh,
yet,
my.
and it's really kind of funny. She's just has it down how you take care of them down pat. But
Well, you would have to.
yeah, absolutely. She's got it totally organized. but they'll come to the beauty shop sometimes in the afternoon, and then I'll see her, and she has a big van, and they'll be out
Little
there.
kids everywhere.
Yeah, and she's counting them. Let me see. I got all 6 of them, and I said something to her about that one time. She says, everywhere we go, I have to do that.
Well, you have to.
I have to count them, make sure I've got 6.
One of them doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
I knew a couple that left their child at a rest stop. They had a house full of children.
Really?
And they had driven 50 miles, and they realized one was missing. And so they had to turn around and hope she was there. And luckily, she was hiding behind a bush.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, you can laugh about it because it was okay.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
One of the biggest Christmas movies ever.
That's
Home
right.
Alone,
And he
where they
destroyed
left that
the
little
place.
boy
Yeah.
by himself.
Yeah.
He learned how to shave and all
He
kinds
did
of
it all. He was
stuff.
cute.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
You know, it's amazing all that goes on around here. It's about time for the jets to start coming in out at the
That's
airport.
right.
The jets
It's
of
almost the 4th of
Bonnaroo.
July. I'm wearing my pin.
You know, and so there'll be all kinds of neat things going on. It's just a lot of fun.
You know,
Lot of
you
fun
mentioned the
going on.
Music Fest, Music Tree Fest over in Manchester. You know, I have to give those people credit over there that organized that. They got this all figured out. You know, of course, Bonnaroo is a huge economic has a huge economic
What,
impact
80,000 people?
on the county, particularly tax wise. And you know, but a lot of them now, as the event has grown, a lot of that is self-contained. A lot of it goes on inside. So you know, they put this music event together. You know, and it's in the city,
And it's totally free.
It's totally free, and
everybody's buying food.
yeah, and they
groceries.
figured out how to get these bands to come in there and play for you. Well, of course, all these
great.
Bonnaroo people are here a week before and a couple of
Exactly.
weeks. Of course, they're going to come in there and showcase what
Really
they can do.
impacts the
Yeah.
So
area.
it's just a
Sell
great
CDs.
Yeah, and it's just a great idea, you know, and it puts a lot of money into the city of Manchester. So
And Coffee County.
And the county.
Yeah,
And that
I
goes.
think it's
Absolutely.
wonderful, yeah.
That goes and help pays for schools.
And if you stop and look at
everything
any
else.
problems they've had, I think they have been minor in comparison
They've
to a lot
handled
of
it. They've
areas.
handled it very, very well.
And there's a lot more security this year, and I guess Chief Blackwell might address that at some point because of what happened in Boston or in other places.
Right,
They have more security.
right. There's a lot of
And that's
security
good.
out there. And, hey, one thing that went on this week that we're going to show you a little clip of right here. Right next door to us, we've got a new store opened up over there, Big Box Overstocks, and they had a ribbon cutting this past week on for the Chamber of Commerce, and they had a grand opening. And we're going to, in this opening right now, we're going to run just a little bit of that because we want you to go see these folks over there and help them be successful in their business. Opening at Big Box Overstocks, and it's located on Wilson Avenue, right across from the Coker Building. Just the interior of the store. They carry all kinds of things in here. Just about everything you can imagine. There's a great big shoe. There's television. It's Big Box Overstocks. Right here in Tullahoma, carrying everything from food items to paper goods, bedding, dishes, appliances, workout equipment, shovels and rakes, and supplies of all kinds. They have also furniture and some clothing here, and Big Box Overstocks. There's them Traders boys right there. Look at them. There's 3 of them in here. Reckon they got a loan on this deal. And these are the Chamber of Commerce ambassadors at the Big Box Overstocks ribbon cutting. There's a good-looking crew right there. And this is a group of Big Box Overstocks employees. They've got the scissors ready there to make the cut on that ribbon cutting for the opening of their store. And there's a big smile with everybody. Cutting right there. We wish them great success. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have Justin, the manager of Big Box Overstocks, and today's your grand opening and ribbon cutting. Justin, how's everything going, partner?
Everything's going great. We had a great turnout. Glad to have everybody here. The community's really accepted us, and we're glad to be here.
What are your hours going to be here?
We're going to be open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and then Saturday we're going to be 10 to 8, and we'll be closed on Sundays.
Closed on Sundays. And,
yes,
and what do you expect? Tell people kind of what they can find when they come in the store. What's going to happen here? I know you're just getting open, and you probably, there's some vacant shelves. You're going to fill this place up. What kind of products are going to be in here?
Yes, sir. Actually, we're still getting lots of shipments. We're going to carry anything from big screen TVs to home theater items, small electronics, non-perishable food items, paper goods and chemicals, name brand clothing, you name it, we get it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Big Box Overstocks. Welcome to Tullahoma, Justin.
Yes,
good
sir.
luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know how we're going to get some kind of hair or something.
All right, Dan, we're back. And,
yeah, we are back.
Right.
We're talking about all kinds of stuff up here. If you only knew what went on when we weren't on the air, you'd love it.
The dialogue is interesting.
The dialogue is wonderful. Hey, we got to go, folks. We'll be right back after these commercial messages. We got a great show today. All kinds of wonderful stuff on here. You hang around and see all of it. Don't miss a thing now. We'll be right back.
Okay.
What is Rotary? We're a network of people like you. In fact, we're the original social network. More than 1 million of us live just about everywhere you can think of. And we mean everywhere. We get together to exchange ideas, grow our businesses, and make new friends. We volunteer to help our own communities or someone else's. We're right around the corner. Come join us. The name is Rotary. Rotary International. You're welcome.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our segment we call Police Pointers with Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell. And Paul is here to probably tell us some good things about the Tullahoma Police Department.
Thank you. Yes. Today I'm going to put on my head cheerleader,
all right,
public relations manager, and just talk about some good things. As we all know, sometimes in life and our everyday thing, the bad things seem to move to the head of the list.
Yeah, that always makes the headlines, doesn't it?
Yes. But so I want to take the opportunity to just talk about some positive things, some successes that deal with the police department. And of course, as the police department succeeds, so does the quality of life in Tullahoma. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to touch on that a little bit. One of the things that we're very proud of is our crime rate. Mm-hmm. And let me explain that. That sounds kind of bad, but last year we saw an 11% reduction in crime rate.
And that's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah.
When the state average was only 2.8%. Mm-hmm. So it's about 4 times the state's average. But what's even nicer to be able to report is that 6 of the last 7 years we've seen a decrease. So, we're excited about that because that means something we're doing is working.
I was going to say, what can you attribute that to?
Yeah. Aggressive police work, meaning knowing who your troublemakers are, letting your troublemakers know we know who they are, and staying aggressive in watching them, letting them know that we know who you are and that you probably should think about either going elsewhere or changing your habits. Good officer-initiated activity, your gut feeling. If you see something that just doesn't feel right, follow up on it, check it, and you may be able to prevent a crime from occurring, which, again, will deter somebody to either go somewhere else or not to do it.
Are you saying that sometimes you see a crime and you think, I think this old boy over here is a prime suspect? Or
well,
do you have situations like that?
We do. Historically, officers get to know people, and we are a small community, so you do get to know the people that, say, don't have a driver's license, and you see them driving down the road. That's probable cause. You know that they don't have a license, and you can stop them. And something else that we've talked about before, let's say the headlight that's out. If you take that extra effort, you may find something else. We have found meth labs, drugs.
In vehicles?
In vehicles that we've stopped for something very minor. But, if you do your job and you follow your gut feeling and you keep pushing, you very likely may come up with something that solves a much larger offense. So we encourage the officers to be aggressive. We're very proud of the fact that our number of accidents continue to go down, and we attribute that to traffic enforcement.
Right.
People knowing that officers are out there enforcing the law, the speed, the red lights, the stop signs, all of those things that we know contribute to accidents. We know that our accountability is up, accountability of officers. We give them a special zone they have to work. They're expected to stay in that zone, answer the calls, get to know the business owners, get to know the bad guys, and instead of just running all over town.
Right.
So our accountability is up. What we've seen also is our patrol time has gone down. Patrol time is that portion of their 8-hour shift where they're not answering a call, they're not working traffic, they're not writing a report. They're just riding around. And we've seen that go from 3 hours down to 1.8 hours, which means they're doing more.
Right.
And I'd like to see that really get down to about 1 hour, where they're just riding around doing nothing.
Right.
That could be made up by going into our community centers, visiting our schools. If you see a picnic going on at one of our parks, get out and talk to people. Show that you're doing something for 7 hours out of the day.
Right.
And that other hour you are riding around, being visible and being seen.
Right.
So that going down is very important. We have empowered our sergeants, who are our first line supervisors, ownership of their shift. It's something I call sergeant's business. If someone comes in late, I don't need to know about it. That's sergeant's business.
Right.
Someone comes in, their uniform doesn't look correct. I don't need to get involved in that.
Right.
Sergeant's business.
Right.
And our sergeants understand that, and it's amazing how much more of a team effort we get when we tell those sergeants, it's your shift.
Right.
If there's a problem, then we'll work with it.
Right.
But you're in charge of your folks.
Right.
We're very proud of that. I believe that we've really improved the confidence the community has in us. And we gauge that sometimes by how many citizen complaints that we get. And we get almost 0 citizen complaints. So I'm very positive that the public has got a greater degree of confidence in us. So that's about 5 or 6 of the 7 things that I feel show that we are progressing, that we are making some successes.
And you know, and Paul told me before we went on there, he said, you know, there's some days I get up and think, I'm so glad that I can go to work in this job. And I kind of laughed about it, but I have to think that that's because you guys are doing such a great job doing what you do. And, you know, that just makes everybody feel better about it.
It does. And I've done this for about 31 years now, law enforcement.
Right.
And I can honestly tell people there's not a day I have not wanted to go to work.
Right.
Now, of course, sometimes you get to work and you think, oh, come on, please, let this day end.
Right.
But I've always wanted to come to work because I've enjoyed it.
Right.
Now, one more thing that I'm pleased with is that our ratio, we have about 50% of our officers that have over 10 years and about 50% under 10 years.
Right.
And I look at that as we're building the future of this department with those that are under 10 years.
Right.
We're developing our leaders, we're developing a culture, and we're very proud. I'm very proud of that these people under 10 years are going to be the department of the future. So I'm very pleased with that. The police department is doing good things, and it's because of the quality people we have. We've got some great people, and what I encourage is the public, when you see a police officer, let them know how much you appreciate them.
Absolutely. And talk about some good things, too. Paul mentioned that we don't get a lot of complaints. That's a very positive thing. So let's talk about some of the good stuff.
That's right.
All right,
and
Paul,
tell an officer thanks.
That's exactly right. Thank you. All right. We'll be right back in just a moment with more living right after this.
You've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Click the links.
Oh,
so fine, like a very fine wine. Girl, I need you in my life. Will you be my wife?
Charter Internet has more bandwidth to support all your devices. Experience the power of Charter on the nation's fastest internet.
All right, folks, we're back, and I've told you this show's full today. I'm excited to have a new friend here with us today, and this is Mr. Don Jones. And Don is an accomplished, very accomplished guitar player, and he plays the guitar upside down and backwards. And Don, I want you to explain to our audience why in the world you learned to play a guitar upside down and backwards.
Well, it's a pretty simple answer. Actually, it was pretty common back in the 20s and 30s. Old blues musicians would find a guitar laying around, and they may have been left-handed and didn't know that this was the way you hold it. So for the same reason, it's out of ignorance. And I remember sitting on a bed when I was a kid. I'd put it on my lap. I couldn't get my arms around it, and I'd sit there, and the only thing I could do was do this thumping thing. And I remember my dad walked by, and he said, "What are you doing in there?" I said, "Daddy, I want to play guitar real bad." He said, "Well, by God, you do." But before somebody told me that you can't play it this way, I was already
learned how to play it.
It was too late to reverse course.
Well, in the formation of chords, it's almost easier to do it this way than it is the other way, isn't it?
Well,
as far as the way your hands and everything move.
It's an ergonomic thing, in my humble opinion. You got to be careful with this because it's like saying everybody else is crazy but you. But your hand, it just fits that way. And if you were to approach the neck with the strings reversed, you would be in this configuration all the time.
Right. So you've played for years, played all around?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've played in Europe and won 3 international championships playing fingerstyle guitar, which doesn't mean anything, by the way.
Well, you also are invited to play at Chet Atkins. The festival they have in his honor.
Mm-hmm. That happens. It's 26 years now that thing's been going on.
And you're retired.
Yes, I am.
And you would, if someone wanted to have your stylistic playing for an event or something, you'd do that, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So what we need to know before you get started is give us a phone number that we can get in touch with you.
It's a 615 area code, 390-2871.
And maybe we can get that on the screen. And what I want you to do now is play.
Okay. I'll do a little medley. It's a George Gershwin song mixed with one of the happiest little I Just Lost My Girlfriend songs ever written. Somebody Stole My Gal.
Don Jones. What about that, folks? Don, thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
You hang around because I want you to come back and play another one before we leave today, okay?
I will be here.
All right. Don Jones' phone number's on the screen there. If you need him to come to one of your events or play for a lunchtime or a dinner time or
FingerDanceLightTube.net.
FingerDanceLightTube.net. We'll be right back after these messages.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, spring promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weakley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
If you like HDTV, you're going to like what Charter's been up to. Adding so much free HD that Charter TV is a whole new experience. National Geographic HD, Animal Planet HD, Discovery HD, sports in HD, movies, news, kids programming. Plus, Charter now has thousands of free movies and shows in HD on demand anytime. You want to see more TV in HD? Try Charter. It's smarter.
Welcome back to Living. There's always the neatest things that happen in this town. And I'm so excited today because I have Mr. Hatton on, Joseph Hatton, right? On the set, and he is here after winning this wonderful trophy. Merrill Meadows is here with his mom.
Grandma.
Grandma. Oh my goodness, grandmas are getting younger every day.
Aren't they?
You must be proud of Joseph.
I am very, very proud. He's our little miracle.
And I know that this event took place, was it last week or a week
It was
before?
June the 1st, Saturday.
Yeah. And you won first place.
Yes, ma'am.
And what does that mean, Joseph, when you win first place? What happens?
You go to the finals.
You get to go to the finals. And where are the finals?
In Akron, Ohio.
Are you excited?
Yes.
What all do you have to do when you get up there? Do you just race again, and you race in the same vehicle?
I think so.
You think so?
What's
you know
up
that
to,
for a
yes,
fact?
yes, I do. He's going to be racing in the Super Kids division, which will be on the 26th.
And that age group is?
For Super Kids, it's 7 to 8, and the cars will be up there. They're a dual car. Because some kids can't drive the cars, and so it's a dual tandem car. There'll be a driver that they assign up there. The cars are there. Super Kids has been racing since 2003. It's a part of the Soapbox Derby for Akron.
I see.
So this is the International Super Kids division, which Joseph is going to go up and race and have a great time.
You're making Tullahoma look really good by winning that race and going and representing us. That's an important position. Do you have to wear anything special? Just whatever you decide to put on? Do you have a sign on your car that says, I'm from Tullahoma, Tennessee?
No.
No?
No, not on the Super Kids car. What he will do is, this is his wonderful trophy, too. I want to make sure everybody sees it. Can you zoom in on that?
It's heavy, too.
It's very heavy.
It's a real thing. And we have a video that, let's just go ahead, if we can, and watch that video.
He's not going to be in just yet. He'll be in just a minute.
But him and his two brothers have been with me for 10+ years.
You gonna win this time? Yeah, that's right. You gonna win this time.
As loud as you can today for this championship race, Joseph Hatton and Andrew Gaunce. They're headed toward the finish line. It's lane 1. Joseph Hatton is your Super Kids Division champion.
Hold it up over your head, Joseph. There you go. Good job. Good job.
All right, let's give one more big round of applause.
You're 11.
There we go.
There it is, the best trophy in the world, #1. What a great thing. And, you know, all the kids that competed, I think they're all, in a way, winners because they were competing. Anytime you've got the guts to compete, I call you a winner.
Oh, going down that hill in one of those cars?
Oh, it's fun. Do we have any way of understanding how fast it actually goes?
No, we haven't clocked it.
But it's really fast.
It's fast.
How long does it take? Like a minute?
Not even.
Not even a minute?
Not even a minute. And Joseph was racing on the day that we had rain, too. We had rain in the afternoon. And so sometimes it seemed like the track, for some reason, got faster after that. So
it probably does.
Yeah, so as he said, the wind was hurting his face. It was also windy that day, too. So.
I love it that Joseph has a grandmother that's interested in what he does. Did you encourage him to race?
I gave him the option if he wanted to, he could. And his first question was, will I be wearing a helmet? And I said, yes, honey, you will. And he said, okay, I'll do it. Because, see, the Nationals is on a 5-year anniversary from the day our lives changed, when Joseph was in a bicycle versus car accident and he did not have a helmet on.
Wow.
So we push bicycle helmets.
I'm proud of him to know that that is very important, and everybody needs to remember that.
Yes. Helmets can change and save your life.
Can change and save your life. And so you're a lucky little boy to be walking around and winning a race. That is so great.
And you know what? He picked out his outfit today, and he dressed his mama, too. I mean,
he told me. He absolutely looks handsome. And are you going into 4th, 5th?
I'm going to 6th.
6th grade. Yeah. And that's at Harris Middle School in Shelbyville, right? Well, they're going to be proud to have you there because you're a winner.
Yeah, and he gets to go to Akron. He's going to have a bunch of fun up there, too. They'll be having all sorts of activities for them.
And it'll be an exciting weekend. Well, we could sit here and talk about this all day. Thank you for coming. It was great meeting you. I'm so proud of you. And thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of Living.
I thought Red Cross does Katrina. They don't help single moms.
Hi.
What happened to our house last year about your birthday?
It flooded and the water flooded out. Yeah.
The Red Cross arranged the hotel for us. They gave me that break, that leverage to be able to get it together and take care of them, you know. I feel like we've come full circle.
Like that. This is how I'll do it.
There you go.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
A salute to the Never Wasters, the Coupon Clippers, Switch Flippers, One Last Drop of Milk Drippers, the Thoughtfully Thrifty, and the Just Plain Cheap. Charter respects your economic IQ and honors it with a phone service worthy of your ever-watchful wallet. Charter Phone, just $19.99 a month. For real monthly savings for fabulously frugal folks like you. Switch to Charter Phone and get unlimited local and long distance and 13 calling features with no extra fees like the phone company charges you.
Gentlemen, as we mentioned at the start of the show today, the Music Tree Fest was a happening thing in Manchester this past weekend, and it continues through tonight, I believe, there. And our man Andrew Todd from Channel 6 was there, and we want to bring you a video of some of the sights and sounds of this year's Music Tree Fest in Manchester.
Every time I try, they don't understand, but I'll write them a letter when I'm on top of a mountain. I'll sing them a song from the old city walls. Though I wonder I'm not lost, I've got a reason to be gone. Never be
here with Miss Becky Shelton at Music Tree. How's it going, Becky?
It's going great. Good time, hearing some good music.
Awesome, awesome. You got some of your fantastic artwork here.
Yeah, I got quite a bit up here.
That's right. And you got a partner in crime with you also, right? With some pottery goods, right? Isn't that right?
That's right. Becky Childers, she's my sidekick. She's in Lynchburg. And a lot of times we do shows together. We call it Two Beckys. I'm a painter, she's a potter.
Becky squared.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad you're having a great Music Tree, Becky.
I am. I love it.
Shalom.
Salam. Ewa.
Shanti.
We all want the same thing. Peace. And Rotary clubs are making it happen. Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Music, music, music. Folks, this is a great day. It's a great show, and these are great people. I have Jim Wood with me right now on stage. And Jim, introduce your playing companion here.
This is our buddy Nate Strasser on piano here, originally from West Virginia. Nate lives in Murfreesboro for a short time now. He's just recently been accepted into the film score program at graduate school at USC. So
that is wonderful.
We've just cut it.
Not a whole lot of people get to do that.
No, it's a very elite program. Nate was just saying 20 people a year get accepted in that program. But Nate and I just did an album of 6 originals and 5 swing standards, and so we're here to promote our concert that we're doing at the South Jackson Civic Center Saturday the 15th at 7 o'clock. We're going to be doing material from our new program, and then also some folk stuff with my wife Inge and some studio guys. So,
wonderful.
Yeah, we're very excited about. I hate to see Nate go, but it's a great opportunity for him.
Okay, so you've kind of been dabbling in this kind of music for.
I went to Berklee College of Music when I was a teenager,
right.
So I've been a kind of a dilettante for over 30 years, and I finally got serious. Actually, due to Nate's inspiration, got serious and actually made an honest-to-goodness real jazz album. So
that's really cool. Nate, now you're talking about scores for films.
Yeah, writing music for film and TV is something I've always wanted to do, and it just seemed like the right time to go ahead and try and do it. So I'm excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I remember watching one of those shows. It was Miami Vice or one of those shows like that, and they were talking about the guy who wrote the music for that, and he would get that show like on Sunday night, and by Tuesday or Wednesday he had to turn that music around and have it back to somebody else. And it's a real quick track, but I would imagine the pay scale is probably pretty good on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it's something to be really exciting to do, and very, very excited to give it a chance out there.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
You guys want to play a little music for us?
Sure. We'll play. We have a rhythm section, bass and drums and guitar and whatnot for the concert and for most of the album. But we did one duet on the record. Actually, it was really neat. My relationship with Nate is very much like this. We were doing a session at the studio, and we had 20 minutes. And Nate said, let's just record something. So, well, okay, great. What do you want to play? It's, what about Don't Get Around Much Anymore? Okay, great. What key? C. Bam, we did it. And so that was the first song, and it turned out so well, we said, we need to do a whole album with this. So,
that's wonderful.
So we'll play you a little, it's a Duke Ellington standard, Don't Get Around Much Anymore. One, two, one.
happiest people in the world. You know, what could be better than doing this, folks? Sitting up here in front of you with some of the finest musicians you could ever hear. They'll be at South Jackson Civic Center this Saturday night. That is the 15th.
All right, and it's our album release, our official album release.
And what time will that start, Jim?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yes.
And is there a ticket price on this?
$10 per person.
$10 per person. Be there or be square. Thank you very much. We'll be right back after these messages.
It's time to celebrate. You don't have to drive to the city for your party supplies anymore. The Celebrate Party Store has opened at 1802 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma to service all your party needs. Over 300 varieties of balloons, party favors, gift wrap, boxes, bags, bows, plates, napkins, tablecloths, and cups of all colors. Catering supplies from utensils to serving dishes, Wilton cake decorating supplies, and chocolate melts. Wedding, baby shower, bachelorette party, and themed birthday party supplies from any sport to Hollywood. From a luau to Hello Kitty, Celebrate has it all. Hats, masks, patriotic decorations, piñatas, confetti cannons, and full-size celebrity cutouts, and a whole wall of greeting cards at 50% off. Celebrate is home-owned and operated by John and Karen Orr, who invite you to come in and see what they have. You won't believe your eyes because they have it all. Start your celebration at Celebrate, 1802 Suite 820, North Jackson Street, Tullahoma, 931-455-5550.
Charter Internet has the bandwidth to support more devices than anyone else in the market. So everyone can do their own thing, whether it's watching puppy videos or creating an all-powerful command center to mastermind the complete domination of the world, the universe, and... ooh, ice cream!
Get 30 megabits per second for only $30 and let it all in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have joining us now on the set some people who are going to be talking about the Tullahoma's involvement in the sesquicentennial. No, this is the sesquicentennial event. That's because of Tullahoma's involvement in the Civil War. Is that correct? Did I get that right over there? Close, okay. I really don't need to know this because I've got experts up here. To my left, we're pleased to have O.B. Wilkerson, whom I'm sure you all know, our community coordinator, Winston Brooks, and of course, Merrill Meadows, who's involved in everything I think we're doing over here with the city. Tell us a little bit about the event. Who wants to start? O.B.?
O.B., you want to start?
Well, we're going to start out the thing on Friday afternoon at 5:30. Down at the Tullahoma Confederate Cemetery. And the first event we're going to do, we're going to make a presentation to the Mitchell Museum of a cannonball that was fired the first day of the battle by the Confederates at Beech Grove. Then we're going to dedicate 2 monuments, Kentucky and South Carolina, and that will fill the cemetery with 11 monuments. All states that have men buried there will have a state monument. And following that dedication, the UDC in their period dresses is going to have a reception for everybody there, and they will serve in their dresses finger food and drinks and stuff like that. And we're hoping that's going to last, carry us over until the beginning of the Lantern Tour. Now the Lantern Tour will try to start it around dark, and we have 9 people that we're going to have doing a presentation. 8 soldiers, and we're going to have a widow that's going to be doing searching for her husband, and that'll carry us on into the night. So.
And a lot of the people that are buried in this cemetery, they never knew who they were, or have most of them been identified now? Most of them have been identified.
They don't know where anybody's buried.
Right.
We done a ground scan of the cemetery, and we know they were buried in bunches, like there'd be 6 buried here, 4 buried here. So evidently, every morning they took and buried what died the night before. And we've identified 410 out of the 450.
You guys have been working on this for a number of years, I think.
We've been working on it since
right.
89, searching
right.
for it.
You know, you said in your press release, Winston, I think, that this was a pretty significant battle here in Tullahoma, but it was overshadowed because there were a couple of other battles that perhaps were more prominent.
Yeah, at the same time, during the Tullahoma campaign, you had Vicksburg and also Gettysburg, which were much bloodier battles, overshadowing the strategic victory in Tullahoma campaign, which was really a battle for the heart of Middle Tennessee, which controlled the gateway down to the south for the Federals. And so we're really excited about the event that we've got coming up, the Tullahoma Campaign Sesquicentennial Commemoration, which is going to be June 28th, which is a Friday evening, which OB was just explaining. It'll be a lantern tour and a monument dedication from Kentucky and South Carolina. And then Saturday we have a whole day of action, which is where a lot of excitement will be. And OB it's been the committee who's been working on this, OB and Dr. Bradley, who's the chairman. It's been fascinating for me to learn all the history of the Tullahoma campaign, but they've got together some great living history reenactors. So there's going to be a lot of cannon fire, musketry, skirmishes, crafts, games for children. Meryl's going to talk a little bit about. But we also have, there's going to be a play, a Civil War play, one-act play, and the playwright's coming down and bringing his family to an award-winning play called Soldier Come Home. And there's going to be other events going on throughout the day, outside and inside the South Jackson Civic Center. And if you want more information, you can get a complete schedule at the City of Tullahoma's website, which is tullahomatn.gov, and you'll be able to print out this schedule right here. And we also have coffee mugs and ribbons available. They'll be for sale on site. They're also for sale at City Hall if you want to contact me down there.
And Meryl, this is coming up in 2 weeks, I think you guys mentioned here. So
yes, it is. Yeah, and I've been in charge, of course, of the recreation end of it, the games. And we're going to do a lot of different things. One of my grant subjects categories was history, and we're going to have a blacksmith there actually doing a blacksmith demonstration and making nails and giving those out to the kids. The games that we're going to be doing are, and you have to remember, kids didn't have all the
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, they were out working a lot. So a lot of the games were the parlor games, the smaller games. We'll have 9-pin Jacob's Ladder, tops. I've also got some copies of the McGuffey Reader, which is an 1800s books. We've got chalkboards, cedar pencils, all sorts of living history representation there. And, you know, experience, you know, let kids come out and experience what it's like to actually be a normal kid from way back when. So, you know, without the electronics that we now have today and all the distractions. So we have a lot of good things going on. And come and watch that blacksmith, because that's just going to be a totally great thing to watch him actually using the forge.
Probably something a lot of folks have never actually seen, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're going to have some interesting people, reenactors there. We're going to have President Davis, General Braxton Bragg, General Forrest, and Forrest's medical director, Dr. J.B. Cowan. We're going to have 2 hospital tents, and they're going to be like they do in surgery and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a headquarters tent. So there'll be people that would have been popular back 150 years ago.
Yeah, and I think with the medical procedures that took place in the Civil War, considering the fine medical facilities we have here in Tullahoma, you folks might be a little bit shocked.
That's right.
It's what's going to go on. There is no charge for this event, is that correct?
It's a free event, and it's going to be educational, and it's going to be a sensory event too, so you'll be able to smell and see and hear all the sights of that time period. And some of it might be kind of shocking too in that medical tent. There's also going to be a map display, and so we have all the battle maps with explanation kind of what was going on and all the key players. They'll be there on the grounds. Bragg will also have the photos there. So it's going to be a lot to see for the whole family.
All right. Okay.
You know, one of the doctors, he describes how they take a leg off, an arm, and it's
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We can talk about this for hours. I apologize if we have run out of time here. But, folks, don't miss this. This is coming up the 28th and 29th, which is not, it's 2 weeks away.
That's right.
2 weeks away. So check that out at the South Jackson Civic Center on Friday and Saturday. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, right after these brief messages.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself?
then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo fiend, music fan, video streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
Welcome back. I'm so delighted to be on the set today with Woody Bedford. You might guess from Lynchburg and Frontier Days.
Oh, absolutely. Here we go again, the 51st year of Frontier Days. It's going to be just marvelous family fun. It's 3 nights and a day of fun.
And when's it start?
It starts the 20th. It'll be the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd of June. Thursday and Friday night, Saturday night, and then all day Saturday. We got it going.
And you got it going on, and I can see by the poster, which we'll show at some point, that there's so many activities. Rodeos. What else? Dog contests?
We're going to start off Thursday night. We're going to start off Thursday night with armband night with a carnival down in Wiseman Park. $12, all you can ride.
So come early, stay late.
4 to 10. Yes, ma'am. And at the same time, Thursday night, we're going to have music in this gazebo on the square.
Great.
Friday and Saturday night, we're going to have a street dance on the square. We're going to have a Professional Cowboy Association rodeo.
Oh, wow.
It's going to start out at, we're going to start at 7 o'clock with mutton busting.
Mutton busting. Does that have something to do with the sheep?
I think they're going to take a child under 50 pounds, put a vest and a hat on them, lay them on the back of the sheep, let them get a good hold and see how long they can hang on.
Oh, my goodness.
It's just truly fun, and I think at intermission we're going to do
That's cute.
At intermission, we're going to do a calf scramble. That's where we tie a ribbon on the tail of a calf and turn a whole bunch of kids loose and see who can come up with a ribbon for money. It really works. It's a lot of fun, and it is a professional rodeo.
So do you give prizes for everything? Do you give prizes for the wins? No,
yes, ma'am. Everybody plays will get prizes.
And just in case you get hungry because you're going to be there all day, there's lots of places to eat around the square and around town.
There's the local restaurants. There'll be vendors on the square. There's vendors down in the park. There's a special vendor down at the rodeo. We got it covered.
You've got everything covered, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Jack Daniels is available? Maybe? Or do I not go there?
It is Lynchburg. It is Dry County now. But we can handle it well. Saturday morning, we're going to start off a baby contest. Register your baby about 8:30. About 9 o'clock, we'll have the contest.
How old baby? Any age baby?
Any age up to about 5, I think.
Years.
Yeah.
Okay. I know some people that are, you know, so weird that they would dress up.
This is not a professional baby contest. This is bring your baby dressed up. We've got prizes for everybody, and we've corralled a few people from out of town to say which one is the cutest. So, and we're going to give them a chance to run early.
Knowing full well that they're all the cutest. You know, if it's your baby, it's the cutest.
Yes, but there's no scorecards. There's no. This is a old hometown having fun.
Having fun.
And they're going to have a cherry pie contest a little later in the day. They're going to have a watermelon eating contest.
Well, just the only thing you're charging for is that $12.
There's a couple of things, and I'll get right here. Okay. The armband and the carnival, of course, is paid. Armband Thursday 5 to 10 and Saturday noon to 4. $12 all the rides that you can ride. The rodeo, we've changed the price schedule this year. We actually lowered the price. In this day and time, we lowered the price. 6 and under free. Good. 7 to 17, $6. 18 and up, $10.
Can't beat the
that's the rodeo. Deal. And at the rodeo, which is sponsored by Woody Allen Ford out of Fayetteville, Woody Anderson Ford out of Fayetteville, we do 8 riders in each event. So is a performance, okay, and then we have, last year we had like 40 calf ropers, so we only do 8
getting
during.
Bigger every year, isn't it?
We do 8 during the performance. After the performance, if you will, where we've done all of the events, they'll start doing what they call slack and making up the rest of them. And they rodeoed last year like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Oh my goodness!
So you can do it. Saturday we're going to have a parade. If you want to be in a parade, show up the element.
I do not know how you work it all in.
We got coordinators.
We've got coordinators.
And this is our 51st year.
So it's kind of like you've done it before.
So, you know, we've been doing this 51 years. There's a few people around can handle it.
How many years have you done it?
I've been home from the Coast Guard 16.
16 years. Well, you've done a great job, and I know you drive the buggy.
Yes, ma'am. I run CNR buggy and carriage.
Yep.
But you can check us all out on lynchburgtn.com. And if you're into Facebook, it's Metro Lynchburg. We'll come up in the top 3.
And you find out all you need to know, and I wish we could talk longer. Woody, we got to go. They're cutting me off with the big X.
Well, I got as much in as I could. Come to Lynchburg, enjoy us. It's family fun.
It sounds great. We'll be back.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
Charter, TV will never be the same. Now you can make a date with your favorite movies and shows anywhere and anytime with on-the-go content from Charter.
And we're back here. It's Just Plain Living. It's Marilyn Ewing, and it's always a pleasure to have friends and such from Shelbyville and Bedford County. Always something great going on there. It is our very special guest, a very special event coming right along. In fact, on June 22nd, June 23rd, HV Griffin Park there in Shelbyville. It is Leslie Talbot, to my extreme left, Mark Ruboy, and Guy Hill joining us on this segment. So want to welcome you guys. Welcome.
Pleasure
very
to be here.
Special. 150 years reenactment there in Shelbyville. This is coming up. Now, tell us about this. What's going on?
Well, it's not really, strictly speaking, a reenactment. We're not going to be running and field shooting at each other, but we are doing a living history event.
Yeah.
We're going to demonstrate lifestyles and technologies of the Civil War period.
Yeah.
We're interested in showing people how people lived and how the war impacted the people of Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. Now, you're going beyond, it seems, in talking with you just moments ago, not a reenactment, as you said, but you're really just putting it to us the way it really, really was. Now, what does that mean?
Well, for example, I have chosen to follow my husband into the field because the business that we had couldn't be supported by me alone.
Right.
So as a result, I have gone and followed the men of our town that volunteered to serve.
Yeah.
And I cook and clean, and I tend measles, mumps, and chicken pox. I cook over an open fire.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
sleep
Yeah.
outside while we're doing it.
Wow.
We haul our own water.
Yeah.
We wash our own clothes.
Oh, my.
And make candles. We do what we have to do in the style of the 1860s to keep the men healthy and whole.
Absolutely.
While the officers in the war takes its toll on them.
Oh my goodness. It gives me a great appreciation for today's living, because it would be hard to go back to those days. It has to be a lot of studying and such to really know what's going on, what took place back then. How did you prepare for this?
Well, we're members of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, and our big forte is history, or the study of history. Mm-hmm. And before we prepare to go for a reenactment, which we have done several large ones, you study the history of that battle and what happened to prepare yourself for it. And when we talk in living history, our purpose, I guess, with the living history is to carry the people back, or to try to make them believe they're living in 1863.
Right.
So,
give us, go ahead, Leslie.
I was going to say, as a civilian, I don't have the luxury of the history books, but many women back then, and men too, kept journals, and they have been published first-hand accounts. So I read the journals of the women who stayed home, the women who went to war, and try and integrate that and kind of come up with a composite to represent kind of the universal woman of the period.
Now, this type of thing probably happens in a lot of communities, cities and such. Is there a pattern that you guys kind of go by, whether it be Franklin, which battles there in years past and such, but where do you pattern this particular event?
The Tullahoma campaign was pretty pivotal, and what you see is a confrontation of a very large federal army and a very large Confederate army, and it's tactically significant and strategically important. But in some senses we can be generic in the sense that I represent a sergeant in the Confederate Army. Guy here represents a Federal cavalryman, and Leslie represents a generic Southern female, although if you look at the Northern versus the Southern civilian life, they're very, very similar.
Yeah.
But we look at the history books, and we see what we're comfortable with in terms of what the lifestyles and the social milieu was, and we try to give a representation.
And because this is the 150th, there are almost double the opportunities to do living history and or reenactments.
Right.
But on an average, we belong to a reenacting unit, and we do about 9 or 10 reenactments a year.
Wow.
And that does not count the living histories that we do in the schools.
Very good, very good, very good. Well, let's talk about this event. It's coming up on Saturday and Sunday, June 22nd and 23rd. It's going on in Shelbyville there at H.B. Griffin Park. Some of the things that we'll see, I know there's going to be cannons out there and all of this wonderful stuff. Interesting.
Well, we have, weather permitting, a candlemaker coming. You can walk back into time and see a refugee camp set up. You can see a recruitment camp because both the North and the South will be doing recruiting since Shelbyville was a divided town.
Right.
And they'll get to see how the soldier lived. They'll get to see how the women who supported the units lived and how we worked and how we functioned. They'll be open fire cooking. Let's see, what else? Clothes washing if they get dirty, and they're always dirty.
Yeah. Now, the times for the event, both days, are what exactly?
I believe we're starting at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And we're going to go until, I believe, 5 in the afternoon on Saturday and 3 in the afternoon on Sunday, and we will have a period church service.
At 1 p.m. on Sunday.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, you guys are a pleasure. I can tell it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful event. I'm thinking weather should permit just fine. So,
well, we do it rain or shine. We just hope that the weather's good enough that the people of Shelbyville will come out. And
Absolutely.
other people who are interested in the Tullahoma campaign show up to learn more.
Got to get out of here. Leslie Talbot, we have been speaking with Mark Raboy and also Guy Hill on this particular segment. Thank you, guys. Good luck on that. So it sounds like a wonderful thing.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. It's another segment for Living. I'm Marilyn Ewing. Back in a moment with more.
What is Rotary? We're a network of people like you. In fact, we're the original social network. More than 1 million of us live just about everywhere you can think of. And we mean everywhere. We get together to exchange ideas, grow our businesses, and make new friends. We volunteer to help our own communities or someone else's. We're right around the corner. Come join us. The name is Rotary. Rotary International. You're welcome.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
All right, folks, we're back, and the party never ends around here. Right now, I have with me Valerie Smith and Jay Gregory from the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall and Cafe, and all things good in Bell Buckle. And you have a big weekend coming up.
We got a big weekend. I tell you, the Moon Pie Festival's fantastic. They've got a great lineup from the parade to the coronation of the King and Queen, which is Russ Taff from Gaither Homecoming. And
Russ Taft is going to be there?
Yeah, and he's the king, and his wife Tori, who writes a lot of music with Russ, is going to be the queen. And they're new Bell Buckleians. They're our neighbors now.
Really? They've moved down?
Yeah, from
Is that what you call them, Bell Buckleians?
They're Bell Buckleians.
Yeah, Bell Buckleians.
Well, there's another name for them,
Bell
too.
Bucklers?
The other name I can't use, but so we'll just stick with the Bell Buckleians. And but they moved from Franklin. Great people. They've just fit right into town. Wonderful folks. A whole lineup there. At 5 o'clock now, at 4 o'clock, James Anderson and Speakeasy are playing on the stage out back. And they're going to have some great rock and roll. At 5, we're having a buffet at the Bell Buckle Theater Banquet Hall. And we got a bus coming in from Florence, Alabama. And we've got 80 kids from all over Europe and Turkey and all that with their period.
Puerto Rico,
all kinds of places.
Yeah, the doors open at 5, and they actually don't start at 6. But if people want to just come and watch, sorry, but I got the sign and stuff today. But if people just want to come and watch the dancing, it's just $10 to get in the door to see the big festivities. They'll have their costumes on and everything, and you're going to be supplying the buffet. And the buffet is extra.
Yes. The buffet is $15 if you want to eat, but you don't have to eat if you don't want to. A big mistake not to, you understand, but but it's $10 at the door, $15 if you want to eat, and it's music all night. It's going to be a ball. Valerie's playing, doing a set.
You just got back from Pennsylvania?
I did get just back from Pennsylvania late last night. I had a wonderful time there, did several shows and performed. Good. And got back to Bell Buckle, though, and it's great to be back home. I'm excited about this weekend. We're going to have so many people come to town for Moon Pie Festival. And Russ Taff, who's Grammy Dove-nominated winner, he let me hold some of his Grammys and give a fake speech.
All right.
And it was a lot of fun. You should have seen it.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and Russ is going to host the International Dance Fest with me. and or either he's gonna let me host it with him. That's probably the better way to say it.
Okay.
But he'll make an appearance, and I'll be doing a show, and there'll be a great international folk festival that evening with 80 people from all over the world in their costumes, ready to dance in the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall.
You got your costume ready? You going to dance?
I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it right now. And we're going to have to get on out of here. I'll tell you, we would have had Don Jones, the famous guitar player, there too, but he never calls me anymore.
Never.
And I just run into him at the oddest places, like your show.
Like here.
Yeah, and we're going to have to get off the air because you don't want to miss Don Jones on
the
show. One of the best. I've known Don, I guess, for about 20 years. Not only a great guy, one of the best guitar players.
And band, he plays anything.
Anytime you get a chance to see Don anywhere, whether it's at Nikki Mitchell's out there or wherever he's playing, make sure you go see him, okay?
And anytime you get an opportunity to go to Bell Buckle, to the banquet hall or the cafe, don't miss that. This is Moon Pie weekend. This is International Dance Festival weekend. You go down there, enjoy yourself, and you will, if you don't see the biggest moon pie in the world, it's your fault. And we will be right back after these messages.
Look around, the changes catch your eye, and you come to realize one can make a difference.
Since 1915, Kiwanis International has touched millions of lives. When you help one child, you help the world.
But one can make a difference.
All right, we're back, and Peggy, God, what a show we've had
I'm
today.
just overwhelmed. I've seen the best talent that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, and of course, Don's sitting up here with us. Don's going to close us out here in a minute. But, you know, we want to remind you that Music Tree finishes up tonight and tomorrow night.
In Manchester.
In Manchester. Then Bonnaroo kicks off on Thursday. Be careful driving, and, you know, there's going to be a lot of people around. And what you also want to do is be friendly to these folks.
Oh, right.
You know, they
are
bringing millions of dollars into our community. They might look a little different and act a little different, but that doesn't make any difference. They're great. Their money spent is just as good as anybody else's. And we want to invite them in, right. Sell them something. You know, if you're in business, embrace this. If you're not in business, don't be mad about it, because all that money goes to pay you taxes and help sales tax and all of that stuff. So be a good neighbor, good friend. Remember that now this weekend we've got Jim Wood at South Jackson
Civic
on
Center.
Saturday night.
And in Bell Buckle they have the International Folk Dancers
International
and all
Festival
kind of other
there.
entertainment. So you know,
it's happening.
It's happening everywhere.
All around
and
here.
Manchester, of course, is getting ready for Bonnaroo.
Getting ready. Well, Bonnaroo will be going on this weekend, so
you
be
have
careful
no
about
excuse
that.
just to sit home and pass out. You need to get out and get involved.
Get involved with something. Where are you going this weekend, Don? Are you playing somewhere?
Well, I believe I'm going to try to catch Jim's show.
Are you?
You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
Well, really, that's great. That's great. And, you know, earlier when we were talking, you were telling me that you made your living and worked in the electrical business as far as with National Electric Service but you've lived in Tullahoma for how many years, Don?
Close to 15 now.
Close to 15 years. So what other electric service did you work with for any
I've worked for an electric cooperative in Sumner County, Cumberland Electric, for about 25 years.
Huh.
But that's what I've done since I was 18 years old.
I just want to know, are your fingers insured? Because you sure are a good player.
Well, I got through that whole career without getting anything blown off.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Before he blows a finger off, if he's around Bob Payne, no telling what he'll blow up. You know, we're going to let Don close the show out today. And what are you going to play, Don?
I'm a big fan of the Greatest Generations music, and this is one of those tunes, You Belong to Me.
All right. Mr. Don Jones. Folks, we'll see you next time. Be safe. We love you. See you next time.